I launched my app on Product Hunt for the first time ever and won Product of the Day. Nah, only joking. It didn't go so great. Let's talk about it. Okay, quick recap. Over the last 4 weeks, I built a mobile app for the Revenue Cat Shipathon, which is a mobile app focused hackathon running between August and September. I shipped the app with a week to spare on the deadline, and so I started some marketing. As part of my initial marketing plan, I wanted to launch on Product Hunt for the first time and give that a go for my apps. For those who don't know, Product Hunt is a platform where startups, indie makers, founders can launch their products mostly to other people in the tech space and get some initial early adopters and some good feedback and sometimes even some press. It works like this. Every day, a bunch of new products are launched on Product Hunt, submitted by users in advance. These products are featured on the site on the homepage for 24 hours. Other users can go check out their listing, download their app, and upvote the ones that they like. For the first 4 hours of the day, the upvotes are hidden, and the products are shown in a randomized order, giving everyone exposure to people going onto the homepage. After 4 hours have passed, the upvotes are revealed, and the products are ordered by who's got the most. So if you are in the top 5, you're going to get a lot more exposure at this point than if you're in the bottom 5. Voting continues until the end of the day, where the product of the day is announced, and those who did well enjoy a boost in traffic, lots of feedback, and maybe even some press coverage. So you can see why Product Hunt is popular amongst indie makers and startups, and I wanted a slice of that action, so I did a little bit of research into strategies for a good Product Hunt launch and gave it my best shot. I based most of my strategy on a video by Mark Liu, who won Maker of the Year from Product Hunt last year. The video is called something like How I Get Customers for $0 with Product Hunt. It's a really great video with great advice, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below for anyone who's planning on doing a Product Hunt launch soon. So, getting upvotes is the goal. We want a strategy that will help us get there, and this is what Mark had to say about getting upvotes.
There are 2 ways to get upvotes on Product Hunt, and first is called the inbound upvotes. The upvotes that are coming from users who are actually browsing the platform and they find your listing and they decide to upvote it.
Mark goes into more detail on this, of course, but this forms the first part of our strategy.
Alright, now the second way to get upvotes is through outbound upvotes. It's basically anyone who is not currently on the Product Hunt platform but decides to come and help you.
This is the second part of the strategy. The third part of the strategy is picking a good day to launch. There's more traffic and competition on weekdays, and for my first launch I wanted to go up against less competition, so ideally I would launch on a weekend. Okay, let's talk about tactics. To appeal to the product hunter, you have the details on your Product Hunt listing. On the home screen, they can only see a few things, so app icon, product name, and tagline are the main things. So I wanted to make sure that I had a professional looking app icon, a snappy name, I think I have those, and then the tagline, which is most important, should appeal to this kind of audience, should maybe cause a little bit of intrigue, maybe state that it's going to solve one of their problems. This would be ideal. It's probably the most important part. I don't think I got this quite right, and I'll talk about that later. But this is what you have, so I just did my best with this to try and get them to click through onto my page. On your main product page, you have a lot more opportunity to talk about your app, so you have description, you can put images, you can make a video, and you can add the first comment. I'm not going to go into detail on how I thought about each one of these. Mark has some good advice for that on his video, you can watch that if you want. But I just tried to sell the benefits of the app, make it look cool, and come across authentic in my messaging. To maximize the outbound votes, I focused on trying to engage with my X and LinkedIn following. They're small followings, but you got to work with what you got. I did this through posts linking to the product hunt launch, and I only really did this on the day, which I've learned is pretty bad. I probably should have been marketing this way before, at least 24 hours before, I think. The other thing I did, which I thought was really cool, was use this tool by an indie maker called Max Blade called Huntcaster. I'll put his details somewhere. I'll link to the tool in the description. What this tool does is allows you to beam a live updating view of your product hunt stats and comments straight to like your X stream, and this sits at the top of your followers feed all day, so it brings way more eyeballs in. It's a cool little hack and a really interesting idea, so thanks Max for that. Finally, regarding the actual launch day, I couldn't actually do this on the weekend, which is when I wanted to do this. I was busy this weekend and I wanted to launch before this Wednesday, which is the submission deadline for the Shipathon. So I went for the best of a bad bunch on Monday based on this advice from Mark.
And since VC startups don't work on Monday at midnight, I recommend you to start launching on Monday.
Okay, let's talk about why I failed. The first thing I want to say about this is 17 upvotes is not none. It's certainly not what I was aiming for, right? But it could be worse, and I'm grateful for those 17 upvotes. So if you were someone who upvoted, then thank you, you're in my heart. But yeah, I just wanted to say that before I continue. With that being said, I do think it's valuable to try and dissect and work out what didn't go as well as had planned, so that I can learn from it and then take that learning into the future for my next product hunt launch. And hopefully, if you're planning on doing a product hunt launch, that can help you too. I think that the general strategy of working to appeal to the product hunter, increasing your outbound votes, and picking a good time to launch is solid. I think it's fine. A lot of successful launches seem to have followed a similar script, Mark included, as my strategy was taken kind of from his or based on his, and Max has done similar things as well, and they've both had great product hunt launches. I think though, if I look deeper at each component, you can see that my tactics and execution of some of these tactics was a little bit lacking. So on trying to appeal to the product hunt audience, Quotable itself is an app that is a design tool, a motivation tool, a bit of fun that has a specific use case. It doesn't solve a pain point or a problem that most of the product hunt crowd will have. If you take my listing compared to this listing, for example, I think it's kind of obvious which is going to appeal more to indie makers, startups, developers, for example. By the way, I don't think that this means you shouldn't launch a product on Product Hunt unless it solves a direct problem of developers. I think it just means that some products are going to appeal more to the crowd in general than others, and that's fine. It is what it is. You should still try and appeal to the people on Product Hunt that suit your app. There's going to be some of them there. I also think that my tagline might have let me down. At the time I thought I'd done this pretty well, but check out these comments on a different product that launched on the exact same day. So Quotable does this. It has these features. These users just either didn't see it or didn't know. And my opportunity to let them know was through that tagline on the homepage. So I think if I'd have thought more about the tagline and how it could appeal more to the Product Hunt crowd, maybe I could have done a better job. Who knows? But it's definitely something I'll focus on more in the future. Finally, I put a lot of time into this video on my product page that was specifically addressing the product hunters. Wrote a script for it. I spent hours and hours doing this. In the end, it got 2 views. So I think I might have overstated the importance of this video. Winning products do tend to have a video. Sometimes they don't, but they are shorter or they're just simple walkthroughs, someone doing a screen recording on there. So I don't think it's like necessary to do this bespoke video that I did. I wish I'd taken that time and put it into creating more engaging content to bring in outbound viewers. Which brings me to my next point. Okay, so in terms of maximizing those outbound votes, I gave this a shot. I am relatively new to social media and I have a small following. However, like when I look back at it, I think the posts and the things that I did on X and on LinkedIn were just not that engaging. I was basically just asking people for support. and asking for their help, which is just a little bit beggy. Like, I didn't provide any interesting or funny or valuable content in return. And when I look at like Mark and Max's posts leading up to and during their launches, they're creating these engaging videos that have elements of humor, and I think that's something I can do, right? I've started doing this YouTube thing, I've started doing video content, so I just think I can do better, and I'm going to learn from that and try and improve that next time. The other thing is, I posted on the day, right? I started posting at like 8 a.m. UK time on a Monday, where like everyone's just at work or going to work. They are probably not, if they're not already on Product Hunt, they're probably not going to go and sign up and do it. So I should have been posting before to drum up some interest, but also maybe picking a Monday was a mistake as well. I don't know. Lots to think about, lots to learn. I just think I can refine this and do better here. The live stream was cool. I really enjoyed using Huntcaster. I think I can do more with it though. I was getting ideas while I was using it. I feel like I could like do a live stream where I'm doing something, right? Where I'm doing a live code along of me building an app, and then flicking between that and the Huntcaster stream, engaging more, interacting more, just creating like almost like an online event of this. So this gave me so many ideas as well, and I love this idea of like hacking your way onto the top of the X feed for your followers to bring those eyeballs in. The last thing I'll say about bringing in outbound voters is I do have a tiny audience, and that's obviously gonna have an impact on the amount of eyeballs on my posts and bringing people into Product Hunt to give me upvotes. That just is what it is. Obviously, it'd be great if I had a following like Mark and could get lots more impressions on whatever I posted, but I don't, and that's fine. Mark's worked extremely hard to grow that following. I shouldn't get that for free. I need to put in the work too. There's no free lunch. I'm just at the start of the journey. Finally, there's the launch day. Not much to say here. Like I said, I was stuck in my choice a little bit. Next time, I will definitely try a weekend and see if that fares any better. It might not, but it's worth a try, I think. So if we look back at the strategy, I think I can improve on every single part of it. And that's exciting. I'm excited to do that next time. I can take what I've learned here and try and improve. And now I have a benchmark, 17 upvotes. That's what I'm going to try and beat next time. I won't be comparing myself to anyone else. I won't be competing with anyone else. I'll be competing with myself in the past, currently the present. But in the future, I'll be competing with myself in the past. And you got to start somewhere. So 17 upvotes, great. That's my starting point. Let's see if we can do better next time. That's everything for today. It's not all doom and gloom. Everything is good. Product Hunt launch was fine. It was a bit underwhelming, but we learned from it, and I'm excited to go to the next one. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, comment. I can't wait to make the next one. Take care. Bye now.